Hey, it's Hats here. I just want to talk to you about social media. I've already posted a couple of videos on social media, but I wanted to share this as well. There is a site that I always want to recommend that individuals, especially faculty, if you're going to be anywhere within academia, you should get subscribed to Inside Higher Education. There are a number of other sites as well. This saves for one, it saves a lot of money. You don't have to buy a subscription for a lot of these documents. Some of the things that you may have to buy if it really comes down to it, but then you limit it to one or two items. Instead of spending thousands of dollars for a magazine, you may only read one article. And I like Inside Higher Education because it provides a lot of information regarding what's happening today. Whereas if I buy a book, the book was written for something that happened 2-3 years ago. So that's the reason why I go to Inside Higher Education, University Business, and then also take a look at the Twitter feeds and such, because that's where a lot of the information is. Anyway, this article that came out January 29 is one that deals with social media, and it is inevitable, regardless of what a lot of folks say. And I mean, I've heard it. I abhor social media. We don't need social media. It's the devil's spawn as far as trying to teach. But that's where our students are getting a lot of information, and how we really need to try to convey a positive view towards what our institution is and what we're teaching. So anyway, this article is written by Eric Stoller, and it's in the Inside Higher Education, and the social media evolution is inevitable. And I find this article to be quite interesting because really it just kind of gives us an overview of what that social media is. And again, the two or the three social medias that I use right now really for education is Twitter. I use some blogging. I do use different types of blogging, but Twitter being the primary one. TwitChat, and then not so much on Facebook, except when I'm posting on a routine basis. And of course there's Instagram and a couple of other areas. But anyway, let's just go through this list here. Snapchat being one of those. It's an interesting product that if you have, let's say, a class and you want to get some information out and you're doing let's say the students are doing a survey of art, or maybe a survey of social unrest, or whatever the case may be. They can use Snapchat to communicate, and they can send that to you, that information. Now, you can't keep it, but it's something to take a look at. And that's one way to find out how the students are doing in real time. They just send me a Snapchat, so I know that you're actually doing something in class. It's really quite an interesting way to really put this out there. The next item down the list is Facebook, and it's a lot of changes are taking place in Facebook. When Facebook first came out, they actually wanted to have Facebook for education, and schools bought into it. And they actually cost. The school I was teaching for at the time decided, let's not do that yet, and because we weren't really sure how the social media was going to pan out, because at that point we're still trying to get faculty and students to get into the whole blogging aspect, and journaling aspect, using blogs as a journal to teach. And so there's a lot of information here in this. I would recommend you read the article, some of the various stories that higher education, Inside Higher Education has. Kirk, again, just like this author says, don't know anything about it. YouTube is to me, one of the better ways to go as far as getting information out, such as what I'm doing now, using it in the classroom, either transmitting information one way to a student or students, as well as if students are going to communicate back with me in an asynchronous method that they want to use video. This is one way to go. One way to go. Google Hangouts is the other. But that's all part of YouTube because it's all Google. Tumblr is one I have not used in education. Oftentimes you get into that and you find a whole lot of other information or sites that are not quite conducive to a classroom, especially if you're looking at young kids to old kids. Old kids meaning 60 and 70 years old. But there's a lot of information that you can get out there, and a lot of teachers are using Tumblr. Twitter is one. Again, like I said, it's simple, quick, and easy. I can get the information out. Instagram, I am not into that as far as teaching. Now, I can see where I can use that for teaching, especially in the area of art appreciation. If I was out doing some field work or going to different museums, I can take that Instagram, put that out there. I'm thinking about it for a class that I'm teaching online for a university. When students are out, if they can collect some information, put it on Instagram and put that out. I think that'd be one of those areas that works. I like, for instance, Embry-Riddle has a crash lab down both in Prescott and also over in Daytona. And it would be good if students are out and about happen to be at the crash lab, grab some photos. Or maybe if they're working in the wind tunnel, they can grab some photos there and post them on Instagram or videos. Because once it's on Snapchat, for instance, once I watch it, it's gone. WhatsApp, I'll be honest with you, I'm not really sure. I've been talking about using that with some family members. Slack is another one that I'm not in tune with. And then, of course, geosocial anonymous apps. These are the interesting ones. This one in particular, Yik Yak, people are using it. I saw Secret, I saw Whisper and Fade, but Yik Yak seems to be the one that's on top of the world right now. But these are some information. These are various aspects of social media that I think faculty need to be aware of. I think administrators need to be aware of them. And students are aware of it. So again, these are just some tools, and I recommend just taking a look at this site. This is on InsideHigherEd.com, and it's under the blogs, and you'll find that there for January 29th. And with that, you guys have a good day.